Hola, buenos dias. Yo, what's good, first time livers? It's Stone Wilby. It's my first time living. I know it's your first time living too. Y'all, if you don't have a purpose, make one. Make one. And it definitely sounds a lot easier said than done. But you know, your purpose is gonna be your thing that gets you going. Your purpose is gonna be the reason you work so hard, and your purpose is gonna be the thing that you're working towards. And with that being said, our purpose guides a lot of the actions that we take on a day-to-day basis. You know, the actions that we take within the month, within a year, and years to come. And so it's important to have a purpose. And a lot of us are lacking purpose right now. A lot of us are unclear on what our purpose is. A lot of us just simply don't have a purpose. It's not something that we've put a lot of thought into. And the thing about a lack of purpose is that you can fall to so many things, whether that be negative influences, negative emotions, or even just say negative habits as well. Just to name a few, right? When you don't have a purpose, you know what they say. You stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And that rings true. It's like, imagine a world where you're always going based off of how you feel. Today, I would have had the excuse of staying in bed all day because I was tired. And I just got done working 4 days, 4 days in a week. Some people are working 5 days in a row, have to wait till Saturday and Sunday to rest. Like, people have their feelings, people have their emotions, but at the end of the day, it's their purpose, it's their reason. They have a stronger reason than their emotions to get up and go do what they have to do. And so I think that it's important that we all evaluate and we all try to set purposes. Right now, we're living in a world that is abundant of distractions. We have social media, we have TV, we have movies, we have music, we have advertisements, we have so many things that are just constantly trying to get our attention. And it's because we have a purpose, we have a drive that we don't just fall into everybody else's purposes. Because at the end of the day, that's really all it is. And when we don't have our own purpose, we tend to fall onto the paths of serving somebody else's purpose. And that leads to us feeling unfulfilled. And so it's important that we create a purpose and a reason that we're getting up every day to work towards something. And so one might ask, Stone, how do I create my own purpose? How do I make a purpose if I have no clue what it is, right? And to that I say, just ask yourself a few questions. You know, I've had to ask myself from personal experience, if I could have my ideal life right now today, what kind of life would I be living? What does that look like? Specifically, what does that look like? What is God calling me to do? What is God convicting me of? What in my life is hurting me the most? And when you ask those questions and you get specific, now you have a list of things to start working towards. Me, I know that my ideal life is, you know, if I got my ideal life right now, I'd have a nice house, nice car, beautiful family. I'd be in great health. I'd be in great shape. I'd be jacked. These are just to name a few things off the dome, right? And so with that being said, okay, well now, what can I do today? What can I do in this moment? What do I need to do in the next week? What do I need to do in the next month, the next year, and the next 5 years to make sure that I can achieve this goal? And so now this big purpose that you might not even be too clear on right now has just became a bunch of micro purposes. And some people are going to have to start with those micro purposes, or that's what I like to call it, micro purposes, right? A lot of people are going to have to start there because a lot of people don't have a big purpose and a big vision for what they want their life to be. However, it's important that we establish these small purposes throughout our day, throughout our lives, because without purpose, your actions don't really mean anything. Like, You start going based off of emotions. And Lord knows what would happen if we all just started going based off of our emotions. Lord knows what it would be like if I just got angry one day and decided to lash out on all my friends and family members and isolate. Lord knows what it would be like if I just went off of the emotion of sadness and I laid in bed all day, isolated, and ate a bunch of junk food while I watched TV shows. My life will go to crumbles. All because I went based off an emotion. I didn't have a purpose. And so a lot of us are going to have to come up with those things in our head. You know, me, I kind of have this way of starting from top to bottom. But for you, it might be something different. You might ask the question, what's hurting the most right now? Let's say what's hurting you the most right now is you just been diagnosed with, let's just say type 2, type 1 diabetes. You just got diagnosed with diabetes. Well, now your purpose might be to take in less sugar. Your purpose might be to get healthy, get in shape, and just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. And now you can split these things up into small actionable steps. Okay, if we're talking trying to ease diabetes symptoms or trying to cure yourself of the diabetes. If we're talking the diabetes diagnosis, okay, well now we know, you know what, let me take a little more fruit in. Let me go grocery shopping this day of the week and let me meal prep this day of the week. You begin to start breaking your days, years, months into actionable things. And as you keep continuing down this path, you start discovering more about yourself. A lot of things that you have been trying to solve and iron out, all of that exploration just leads to what you truly care about, and that will be revealed. So it's not like you have to have this huge purpose and then kind of work down. It goes bottom up too. As you keep on taking these steps, these actionable steps, you start discovering more and learning more about yourself, ultimately leading you to what your bigger purpose, your bigger calling is. It's all really going to start with just getting specific with yourself. You're going to have to get real specific with yourself and really explore, you know, what exactly do I want? Because if you're not going for what you want, then you're ultimately just going to be going for what you feel. And what you feel is going to lead to a lot of things that you really don't want to be involved in. Feelings are the reason that a lot of people are addicted to substances. Feelings are a reason that a lot of people are addicted to eating junk food and have developed eating disorders. And that's not to say that feelings are our enemies. Feelings are amazing teachers. But when you go based off feelings and you allow those feelings to be your master, well, they're not very good masters because they lead you down paths that you don't want to go down. It's the same thing as waiting for motivation. It's like you're waiting for that 2 a.m. spike of motivation to hit for you to get work done. Well, you're never gonna build consistency. You're never gonna get done what you want to get done. You're never gonna see the progress that you want to make because you're waiting for that feeling of motivation. Like, no, you need something stronger than that feeling, and you need something stronger than that motivation. And what is that? That's your purpose. Your purpose is going to be that thing that you're focused on, regardless of how you feel. Oh, you know, I'm feeling a little tired today. I don't really want to get out of bed, but I know if I don't get out of bed, then I'm not going to get where I want to go. I'm not going to reach my purpose. I'm not going to reach my potential. All because I felt tired and I went off of that emotion. So we're going to need something stronger than our emotions if we're going to succeed in anything that we do. We're going to need that purpose. So yeah, y'all, you might find that you have to set short-term goals and short-term purposes for yourself. Even if you don't have a big one, you might have to work bottom up, but you can work bottom up, you can work top down. Just make sure that you have a reason that you're doing things. Constantly ask yourself why. And if the answer just doesn't quite make sense, then you might be wasting your time, or you might just need a little more clarity on exactly what your purpose is. But don't take for granted those small purposes, for sure. If you're waking up every day and you decide, I want to wake up every day and I want to talk to somebody new every day, bro, honestly, let that be your purpose. Because when you ask yourself why, 9 times out of 10, you're probably just trying to be more sociable, or you're trying to build connections, relationships, and you're trying to build confidence. You're trying to build confidence against rejection. Just make sure, find that clarity. Ask yourself why. But don't underestimate that, because that is a purpose in itself. A lot of us, some may even say that finding your purpose is your purpose. But now, what do the actions behind that look like? How are you finding your purpose? Well, that might look like talking to new people. That might look like trying new things, seeing new places, trying new food. But, at the end of the day, as long as you're working towards something and you have something stronger than your emotions to go off of, you're on the right path. So if you feel like you're purposeless, you feel like you're having trouble finding your purpose, just know that finding your purpose is a purpose in itself. Now, what are you doing to establish that purpose? But purpose is going to be important if you're trying to succeed. You need something to focus on. You need something bigger than your emotions to guide you in that direction, y'all. Sometimes we have to create purposes, these small purposes, with our everyday lives and the actions that we take. We have to make our actions purposeful in order to reach a big purpose. And that's what creating a purpose is all about. Like, you're trying to find your purpose, you kind of know, like, okay, it's probably best that I'm healthy. So let me take actions toward better health. Let me go ahead and buy this detox real quick. Let me eat some fruits and some vegetables. Let me drink a green smoothie. But it doesn't have to be this whole big idea that, oh, I have to know exactly what I want in order to work towards it. Like, no, sometimes you just need to know what you need right now. Sometimes you need to know, okay, well, I know I need to get healthier, so let me make that my purpose. I know that I've been a little depressed for a while. Let me go ahead and journal. Let me take small steps to get out of this depression. So it's a little easier to find that big picture for yourself. And what a lot of us don't even realize is that we're making our own purposes every day, believe it or not. Like, some people, they might wake up one day and decide, I'm gonna sleep in today, I'm gonna stay in the crib, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. But little do you know, bro, you just served a purpose. It may not be the ideal purpose, but you just served a purpose. You just put money in another man's pocket, ordering some pizza back to your crib, where you stream some One Piece, put some money in their pocket, put some money in Hulu's pocket, and then you decided that you were gonna hop on the game and you're gonna play Call of Duty. Like, bro, you're serving purposes and you don't even know it. You're just not gonna call it a purpose because it's not something meaningful and it's not something ideal. But with every action you take, you're serving a purpose. It might not even be yours. It might just be making somebody else rich, or you might be buying somebody else's product, and that's their purpose. But what's yours? Sometimes it's just a matter of getting clear on exactly what your purpose is, so that you can stop serving other people's purposes, so that you can stop serving meaningless purposes and start going into those meaningful purposes. So yeah, of course you can make your own purpose. You can definitely make your own purpose, but it's up to you to make that, make the purpose the right purpose for you, the right purpose for your life, and just continue working towards that. Whether you have the big picture and you decide, okay, this is what my family's gonna look like, this is the ideal car, this is the ideal bank account, this is the ideal house, this is the ideal environment that I want to live in, or whether it's, I've been having a little bit of gut imbalance, let me go ahead and get a little more Greek yogurt and a little more fruit in, or you know what, I did go to the dentist and I do have cavities, let me eat a little better, let me cut down on sugar. Let me make sure I'm brushing my teeth twice a day. Let me make sure that I'm using whatever mouthwash that I need to use. Let those things be your purposes. And as you keep on solving those things, and as you keep on discovering small things about yourself, as you keep learning about yourself, as you are going through those small purposes that you set for yourself, you can get a better idea of what you want your big picture to look like, and you have a better idea of exactly what you care about when you're taking the time to iron these things out. So don't worry if you don't have the big picture figured out, because you can definitely make your own purposes, and whether you believe it or not, you're making your own purposes every day. So with all that being said, y'all, just make sure that you're working toward a purpose so that none of these things, such as negative emotions, negative influences, negative habits, so that these things aren't influencing you and the actions that you take. Let your purpose be the thing that you focus on. Ask yourself those questions, get specific, and set a purpose, whether that be short term or the big picture. I hella just spit, but yeah, guys, I hope that you guys were able to take something from that, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.